Hello, hi, welcome to Movie Daft TV Sports with me, Nelson Dafe. This is the interview session, and I'm going to be speaking with a Manchester City fan as we talk about Manchester City's appeal. Yes, Manchester City are appealing UEFA's decision to ban the club for 2 seasons from the Champions League, from all UEFA organized competitions. And that means that Manchester City, if the ban is upheld, it means that Manchester City will be out of the Champions League. Would you believe it? For 2 seasons. And so how is this going to affect how the club is followed all over the world? How is it going to affect the hunger of the players, the motivation level of the current players of the team to remain in the club? Yes, I'm going to be talking right now with Mr. Eric Osemekai, a Manchester City fan here in Benin City. We're going to be analyzing what the implications of the possible upholding of Manchester City's ban would be for the club. Mr. Eric, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you, sir. Hello, hi.
Yes, very wonderful. Eric, you've been supporting Manchester City for many years now. Yes. You are hoping that Manchester City will not be banned by you. Manchester City will win their appeal at the Court of Arbitration in Switzerland early July. What do you say?
Yes, I do hope that they win their appeal because as a fan, I would not want my team to lose an appeal against UEFA and also not have the opportunity to compete in UEFA sponsored competitions. And also, I also want to watch them play in UEFA sponsored competitions because we do enjoy their play. Yeah. And I think that everybody and everyone also supports this idea as well.
Okay, but what if the ban doesn't, what if the appeal by Manchester City doesn't work? What if the Court of Arbitration says, oh, Manchester City, you are really wrong, you have really flouted the financial fair play rules, and that your ban will be upheld? Would it affect how well you support the team? Would you stop supporting them?
Well, not at all. Not at all. I will keep on supporting Manchester City. You see, as a fan, there are certain things in which you need to swallow. And there are certain things you need to bear. Wow. Rough times will come. It's a must. And it's something that you need to endure. As a Manchester City fan, there was a particular time when, back then in school, when I was in secondary school, my classmates would mock me that my team will always lose against other Premier League clubs. You see, and now with the acquisition of Pep Guardiola as our head coach, and we are winning now, we're enjoying the winning, and I have not been mocked for a very long time. So you see, it's something that definitely will happen. It's just a matter of time. So I'm willing to enjoy.
Yeah, it's really, I think what you've just said now is really moving because that's real loyalty to a club. That's loyal. But don't you think, do you feel a little bit embarrassed, that your club is associated with something as egregious, something as serious as violating the financial fair play? Oh, that's really very interesting, very interesting. I like your loyalty to Manchester City. But don't you feel a little bit embarrassed when your club is associated with something as serious as violating financial fair play rules?
Well, embarrassed, no. But disappointed, yes. I'm disappointed, but not embarrassed. Because you see, there surely are reasons why they violated those things, though might not be disclosed. Okay. So I think.
So do you think that they actually violated the rules, but although the Court of Arbitration has not decided whether they are wrong or not, because your club is saying that we did nothing wrong. So are you saying that you suspect that they actually did something wrong?
Yes, I suspect.
Okay, that's really honest. Okay, let's talk about the players themselves. How likely do you think that the players would want to leave if the ban is upheld? If the club is asked to stay home and not play in any continental competitions for 2 seasons, do you think the fans the top players of the club will want to leave?
Well, the top players, most of them would like to leave because UEFA sponsored competitions are competitions whereby players show their talent, show themselves to the world, and like Leroy Sané now, it's no longer news that he wants to leave because they've talked to him about extending his contract at the Etihad Stadium, but he has pushed away all talks. And I think he's going to make a free transfer move to Bayern Munich. That's what I read.
So do you think the fact that the club might not be playing in the Champions League is going to it plays a part in Sané's desire to want to go?
Yes, I think so, because he's still a young lad, and he would like to show his talent to the world. Sané is a very good player.
But do you think, in your own opinion, do you think it's fair that the top players who want to go, do you think it's good? Do you understand them? Do you feel like, do you feel some kind of empathy for them when they say, well, since if they say we're not going to play in the Champions League, then I'm not going to go. Do you think that that is selfish? That as players, they should, as players who profess a love for the club, that they should swim and sink with the club?
Well, as a fan, I will see it as being selfish, but as a player, I'll see it as being rational. Because you wouldn't want to be in a place, it's like being in a cage.
Yeah.
You're not free to roam around. You can't display yourself. But well, it's not selfish at all. It's not selfish at all. It's understandable. But as a fan, I would really like them to stay. Because they've been playing good football, beautiful football.
All right. I want to thank you for your responses, and of course I wish you and I wish your club, your darling club, Manchester City, all the best, and I hope that they are not going to be banned. I hope that the appeal will work and their ban will be upturned. Thank you so much, Eric. Eric Osemeka is a lifelong Manchester City supporter, and it's good to have had him here, and you've heard him profess his loyalty for the club and that he's ready to sink and swim with the club, but he will understand if the current players of the team are not going to be willing to do the same. Nelson Dafe, Movie Daf TV Sports. Thank you.